In this episode, we talk about the feud among the former Mewar royals of Udaipur. We also talk about the destruction caused by Cyclone Fengal. But first, we talk about the Maharashtra Assembly elections and who will be assigned the post of the Chief Minister. Hi, I am Niharika Nanda, and you are listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. The BJP-led Mahayuti alliance has secured a landslide victory in Maharashtra, winning 235 constituencies in the recent assembly polls. While on the other side, the Mahavikas Aghadi only secured 46 seats, and it is expected that the political landscape will be shifting rapidly. Post the result announcement, Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrated the victory of the Mahayuti alliance and said that Maharashtra has opted for development.
आज महाराष्ट्र में विकासवाद की जीत हुई है। महाराष्ट्र में सुशासन की जीत हुई है। महाराष्ट्र में सच्चे सामाजिक न्याय की विजय हुई है। और साथियों, आज महाराष्ट्र में झूठ, छल, फरेब बुरी तरह हारा है।
He also congratulated BJP party workers along with Eknath Shinde, Ajit Pawar and Devendra Fadnavis.
मैं देश भर के भाजपा के, एनडीए के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, उन सबका अभिनंदन करता हूं। मैं श्री एकनाथ शिंदे जी, मेरे परम मित्र देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी, भाई अजीत पवार जी, उन सब की भी भूरी भूरी प्रशंसा करता हूं।
Caretaker Chief Minister Eknath Shinde also thanked the voters for the victory.
आज हमारे राज्य में जो महायुति को जीत हासिल हुई है, इसलिए पहले तो मैं सभी मतदाताओं को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, उनका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। हमारे लाडली बहना, लाडले भाई, लाडले किसान, लाडले सब जो भी है, सभी लोगों ने हमें पूरा सपोर्ट किया है।
However, this win has brought forward the question of who will be appointed as the Chief Minister of the state. While the BJP has remained largely silent, there are growing calls within the party for Devendra Fadnavis to take the helm again. However, the Shiv Sena is advocating for Eknath Shinde to retain his position, citing the successful performance of the Mahayuti under his leadership. To get a sense of what will happen in Maharashtra in the upcoming period, we have the Indian Express's Shubhangi Khapre joining us in this segment. Shubhangi, can you talk to us about the Maharashtra Assembly election results and what makes them unexpected?
See, the Maharashtra Assembly elections, it was a very fiercely contested elections this time, and especially after the Lok Sabha, where the Mahayuti government, that is the coalition of three ruling parties, BJP, Shiv Sena and NCP, so they have got an absolute majority. They got a huge mandate, and which was in that sense like very surprising because the expectations, or rather one would say that the Mahavikas Aghadi, which is opposition parties comprising three parties basically, Sharad Pawar led NCP, Congress and Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray, they somehow had hoped that they would do much better in the sense based on the outcome of the Lok Sabha elections, where they got 31 seats out of 48. And BJP-led Mahayuti got only 17 seats. So given this kind of a background, obviously the opposition was very upbeat as compared to the ruling alliance that was Mahayuti. But what we saw on November 23rd, the results were absolutely one-sided, and BJP emerged as the single largest party with 132 seats, and its alliance partner Shiv Sena, led by Eknath Shinde, they got 57 seats, and Ajit Pawar led NCP, they got 41 seats. And together, the Mahayuti made up for 230 seats out of 288. So in that sense, these results were absolutely one-sided, and it was a very landslide victory for the ruling Mahayuti government. And it was very clear that, yes, the government was being formed by them, and the opposition was, to a certain extent, one can say, completely decimated. They cannot even stake claim for the leader of opposition, because the numbers mandated for any party to stake claim for opposition leader is 29 MLAs, and even that they don't have at the moment.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, the Mahayuti alliance had a landslide victory. So, how did the BJP plot this win?
They worked very, very hard. They did everything possible to get the arithmetic right, to get the chemistry right. And, the caste combination, they really identified what were the areas of concerns, where they went wrong in Lok Sabha. And also they identified the fault lines in terms of socio-economic as well as political aspects. And they took quick measures, and they took very bold, quick measures to kind of set things right. They fixed things right. Like the 5 key areas which they identified were of concern were, farmers' unrest. So for that, they kind of took measures like they spoke about crop loan waiver. They spoke about free electricity to farmers up to 7.5 horsepower. Then they spoke about, they brought this flagship project, Ladki Bahin Yojana, which is like giving monthly allowance of 1,500 to women between the age of 18 to 65 years with the annual household income of 2.5 lakh. And this flagship program was a turning point for them. And that really worked very well for them, because within a short span of 5 to 6 months, they reached out these benefits to almost 2.5 crore women. And there were other concerns like OBC, the other backward class, for which they did micromanagement, reaching out to caste, subcaste across 353 categories. And they also identified something around 173 to 200 constituencies out of 288, I mean, there was a lot of 24-hour into 7, the work plus the micromanagement, and a huge team they had with them, not only of the BJP, but also the RSS, which played a very crucial role in these elections.
Right. And it has been a couple of days since the results have been out. And due to the clarity in the results, there is no question on who will be forming the government. And yet, there has been no announcement about the CM candidate. So, what has taken the coalition so long to decide on a CM candidate?
In this case, yes, they had absolute majority. So there was no question of any other party or any other alliances or oppositions taking claim. So it was understood, like, the government will be led by BJP and with the help of its alliance partners. What has led to this, if we must say, inordinate delay is some power jostling that's going on. The Shiv Sena is led by Eknath Shinde, the chief minister. And I think initially he was making efforts to retain that coveted post, because after somewhere as an alliance partner, he still held this hope that, the Bihar model will be replicated in Maharashtra. And this kind of confidence also came because he realized that the central leadership of the BJP was not going to kind of dump him or not going to distance him at any cost. But I think at the meeting they had last Thursday with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, things were clear because he held a one-to-one meeting with Amit Shah. And I think it was categorically conveyed to him that because BJP is the single largest party with a huge mandate of 132 seats, the party is not going to let go its claim for CM post. It was explained to him. I mean, the party made it also clear that, yes, they value the alliance support, and he's the most valued kind of alliance partner, and his leadership was also acknowledged. But he was categorically told that the party is not going to compromise on the chief minister post. So that was one aspect. The second aspect was Shinde, from what we hear from his party, Shiv Sena, is he was also eyeing for the home minister portfolio, which was held by Devendra Fadnavis in the last government. And I think in this also the BJP is very firm, I must say. They are not willing to let go the home ministry also. So I think pulls and pressure, the power tussle that goes on in any coalition kind of arrangement, I think that's what we have kind of seen in the last few days. And I think that also is one of the reasons why it is taking some time for the government to be formed.
But has there been any official explanation for this delay?
Officially, the explanation given is that yes, they also have to be kind of, mindful that the parliament session is on in Delhi, and the swearing in that's happening on December 5th at Azad Maidan in Mumbai. They also wanted a proper appointment with the Prime Minister and the Union Home Minister because they're going to attend this ceremony along with the chief ministers of BJP ruled state. So the party also sought time and the appointments, the timing, everything was there.
आप लोगों ने देखा है कि 2-4 रोज से ऐसी चर्चाएं हैं, कोई नाराज है, कोई बैठा है घर में। हम नाराज बिराज होने वाले लोग नहीं है, हम लोग लड़ने वाले लोग हैं, लड़कर काम करने वाले लोग हैं, लोगों के जीवन में बदलाव लाने वाले लोग हैं। इसलिए अभी जो विक्ट्री हासिल हुई है, इससे हमारी और जिम्मेदारी बढ़ गई है। इसलिए महायुति और तेजी से काम करेगी और केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार मिलकर बहुत आगे बढ़ेंगे और निश्चित रूप से इस महायुति की सरकार स्थापित होगी। और इसीलिए जो मैंने आप लोगों को कहा कि लगा कि क्या हुआ, मैं तो कल आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से भी बात की, उनको भी कहा सरकार बनाने में हमारी तरफ से कोई अड़चन नहीं है, आप निर्णय ले लो।
We just heard caretaker CM Eknath Shinde talk about the Mahayuti government and how this victory has given them an even bigger responsibility. He also mentioned that he'll be working diligently along with the central government and will make sure that he is not a hurdle and instead he will support PM Modi's decision.
मैंने पहले ही कहा था कि मैं आधुनिक अभिमन्यु हूँ, चक्रव्यूह को भेदना जानता हूँ। हमने चक्रव्यूह को भेदा है और ये कोई मैं पहले भी कह रहा हूँ, वापस कह रहा हूँ, इस विजय में मेरा बहुत छोटा उसमें मैं समझता हूँ कि सहभाग है। एक ये हमारी जो पूरी टीम है, इस टीम ने इस विजय को लाया है।
And Shubhangi, we can see that Devendra Fadnavis is being seen as the supposed CM candidate, whom we just heard proclaiming himself as the modern Abhimanyu. So, can you tell us why he said so?
See, this was a statement, where he said that I'm a modern Abhimanyu who knows how to break the Chakravyu. Now, this is a kind of an analogy drawn from the epic Mahabharata, where, Abhimanyu was trapped in a situation where he knew how to enter, but he did not know how to come out. I mean, so that's what the analogy is drawn. This kind of a political assertion was to convey to his opponents or also the critics within his own party or those who were questioning his leadership, those who were questioning his political acumen, to suggest that, yes, I'm a modern Abhimanyu. I mean, no matter, however much you try to trap me in whatever circumstances, I know how to break the barriers and come out of it unscathed. And I think that's the kind of a political assertion he made. And it's also because in 2019, when he led the BJP to elections, assembly elections, the party, despite being the single largest party winning 105 seats, had to sit in the opposition because the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena at that time joined hands with Congress NCP to form the government. So many leaders at that time within his party as well as the opposition, they chided him for saying that, oh, you were so confident and you had also proclaimed that you're going to return to power again for the second tenure. But look here, what happened? You have been relegated as leader of the opposition. So that was one aspect. And the second thing, even when the Shinde government was formed, and the BJP Shinde and later Ajit Pawar government was formed, Mahayuti government, Devendra Fadnavis was not made the chief minister. He had to settle for deputy CM's post. So that was again a kind of a root shock for him as well as his organization. And many at that time also had kind of predicted the saying that this could mean the downsizing of Fadnavis. So this kind of subtle, narratives were being built there that was thrown on his face. So this was a kind of a challenge which he accepted and said that, yes, one day I may be trapped in a circumstances which is beyond my doing. But yes, I know how to break free of it and I'll emerge successful.
Right. And Shubhangi, what can we expect as far as the allocation of portfolios are concerned?
See, the portfolios are still being discussed. I think in last Thursday, they had a meeting with Amit Shah in Delhi. And after that, I think all three leaders, Devendra Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, they will have a meeting where the details regarding the cabinet composition how many people should take oath, and how much representation each party will get will be also kind of finalized. But from what we gather from the political sources in Mahayuti is that there will be one chief minister and two deputy CMs. That is, chief minister most likely, I think they've decided Devendra Fadnavis is going to be, and the deputy CMs will be Eknath Shinde representing Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar representing NCP. As far as the number of ministers is concerned, see, in Maharashtra, the permissible limit is 43 ministers, including CM and two deputy CMs. So in that sense, BJP being the single largest party with 132 MLAs compared to Shiv Sena's 57 and Ajit Pawar's 41 MLAs, I think the BJP will try to get more cabinet berths. They will, on merit basically, on numbers. So that's where it will be.
देखिए, महाराष्ट्र का जो चुनाव हुआ और जो नतीजे आए वो बहुत ही चौंकाने वाले नहीं, बहुत ही शॉकिंग है। ऐसे नतीजे आने की उम्मीद किसी को नहीं थी, कोई लहर नहीं थी किसी।
We just heard Sanjay Raut from the Shiv Sena UBT talk about the fact that the results of the assembly elections were extremely unexpected and shocking. These elections also saw the downfall of Shiv Sena UBT, which has in the past been a very influential party as far as Maharashtra is concerned. So, Shubhangi, what would you say about that?
Yes, it was in some way surprising because in the Lok Sabha elections, the real factor which took many by surprise was how a very hard Hindutva party like Shiv Sena, led by Uddhav Thackeray, got massive mandate from the Muslim community. And the performance, of course, was not up to the expectation as they were expecting, but still they did much better compared to the Mahayuti leaders. At least the opposition expected that they would perform in the same way. And also, despite the, getting the Muslim vote share and everything, the Shiv Sena's performance in assembly elections was shocking to their own leaders, as well as they could not hold their own house in order, number one. And also the Hindutva card on which the Shiv Sena had risen in the 1990s, I think somewhere they lost that mandate to a great extent. And the poor performance of Shiv Sena can be attributed to the flip-flop in their ideology. Because Shiv Sena, when it was constituted way back in 1966, it was a party which was founded on the sons of the soil, the issue of Marathi Manus, the pride of, the sons of the soil, the Bhumiputra. And suddenly, then they shifted to hard Hindutva. But here somewhere, I think they also tried to adopt that secularism in between just to, be with the Congress. And they also benefited from the transfer of votes from the Congress to its side in Lok Sabha. But I think the same did not happen now. The reason is also because the Congress did not do well at all. The Congress was also worst performance of Congress in Maharashtra in assembly elections. And since Congress could not get its own vote bank, the question of transferring their vote bank to the Shiv Sena led by UBT was completely out of question. And I think the Shiv Sena faced a flag for that. Uddhav Thackeray finds himself at the crossroads at this moment because he'll have to take a very categorical stand, where and how he rebuilds his own organization from the scratch.
Next, we talk about a royal feud. Last month, the decades-long property feud among the former Mewar royals of Udaipur surfaced publicly following the coronation of the BJP MLA Vishwaraj Singh Mewar. Post the event, Vishwaraj Singh Mewar was not permitted to enter the city palace by Laksharaj Singh Mewar, which led to a massive kerfuffle. To understand the background of this conflict and the influence that the royal Mewar family holds in Udaipur, we have the Indian Express's Parul Kulshrestha joining us. Parul, can you tell us about the Mewar family and their influence in Udaipur?
The Mewar family, the last ruler of Mewar after the independent India until the previous purse were finished by the Indira Gandhi government, was Bhagwat Singh Mewar. He is a descendant, they actually are the descendant of Maharana Pratap. So they have a lot of influence, Mewar families, not just Mewar family, I think royal families in Rajasthan, especially in the old cities and all, people do respect them a lot. They still consider them as Maharaja. The feeling and the emotions of people are very much attached. In 1983, Mahendra Singh Mewar, the eldest son of Bhagwat Singh Mewar, the last ruler of Mewar, he filed a case against his father for selling the properties Because the thing was, Bhagwat Singh Mewar had started selling his stake in very major royal properties, and he had even leased out a lot of properties. So he filed a case against his own father and said that the properties should be divided equally amongst the children as per the Hindu Succession Act. And because the property is not of Bhagwat Singh Mewar's personal property, they are property of Hindu undivided family. That means it is a property that is part of their ancestry. It is ancestral land, ancestral properties. So that should be divided equally amongst the children. Bhagwat Singh Mewar was very angry by this move of Mahendra Singh Mewar, and he asked his son to leave the palace. And there was a Samor Bagh, is a separate property of the palace. His son was kicked out of the city palace, and then he, with his family, started living at Samor Bagh and not at city palace. But in 1984, when the father passed away, Mahendra Singh Mewar, as per the tradition, he was coronated, but he was not allowed to enter the palace. And after Mahendra Singh died on November 25th, his son Vishwaraj Singh, he was coronated as a next ruler. Even if it is just a cultural thing, it matters a lot to his family and to his prestige and pride in the society.
Right. And tell us a little bit about BJP MLA Vishwaraj Singh Mewar.
So Vishwaraj Singh Mewar is the son of Mahendra Singh Mewar, who passed away on November 10th. He contested elections first time for MLA, and he contested from Nathdwara against CP Joshi, Congress MLA, and Congress MLA CP Joshi, I think, was 5-time MLAs from that seat. So he was a very powerful candidate, but still he was able to defeat him, and he won the elections. And his wife was already a MP, Member of Parliament from Rajsamand seat. So they both have contested from BJP party, and their father was also very much influenced by the politics, and he had hold a lot of influence in the politics of Mewar. And because of both the husband and wife in the Mewar politics, in the state politics, right now they hold a significant amount of influence in the area and in Rajasthan as well.
Right. And BJP MLA Vishwaraj Singh Mewar was recently coronated. So can you tell us what happened at the coronation?
So what happened was Mahendra Singh Mewar is the son of Bhagwat Singh Mewar. Bhagwat Singh Mewar, like I said, is the last ruler of Mewar before the previous purses were ended. Bhagwat Singh Mewar has 3 kids. Eldest one was Mahendra Singh Mewar. Then it was Arvind Singh Mewar, the second son. And there is Yogeshwari Kumari, the princess, the daughter of Bhagwat Singh Mewar. So when Mahendra Singh Mewar passed away, he, of course, as per the law of the land, it is the eldest son of the ruler who is coronated as the next king. Similar thing happened with Mahendra Singh Mewar. When Bhagwat Singh Mewar died, he was coronated. Now Vishwaraj Singh Mewar was coronated on November 25th in Chittorgarh Fort.
Right. And Parul, earlier you had talked about the feud that began many decades back within the Mewar family. So what led to this feud surfacing now?
So as per the tradition of Mewar, every ruler, when he is coronated, he has to visit the Dhuni sacred place inside the city palace and Eklingji Mandir, which is nearby the city palace. So Eklingji is the deity, local deity of Mewar, and it is considered that he is the ruler of Mewar, the local deity, and the king of Mewar works as a diwan of the Eklingji. So as per tradition, first he has to visit the Dhuni and then he will go to the temple. When he went to visit Dhuni, along with his supporters, which includes the Umraos and Thikanedars and the people of Mewar, who still consider him as their ruler. When he tried to enter the city palace, the Arvind Singh Mewar's son, Lakshraj Singh Mewar, because Arvind Singh is not well right now, so Lakshraj shut the city palace door and he said nobody's allowed to enter because they did not ask the permission to enter the palace. And it escalated to this very violent clashes between both the sides. And both the sides said that the other side started stone pelting, so they have to reply back. The standoff was around for 6-7 hours. Vishwaraj Singh Mewar waited for 6-7 hours in front of the city palace, but the gates were not opened. When after the clashes broke down, the administration was able to send back Vishwaraj Singh Mewar. And next day, he went to Eklingji temple, but he was not able to visit the Dhuni place, sacred place of inside the city palace. But after the CM Bhajanlal Sharma, he interfered, and finally the Vishwaraj was able to enter the palace to visit the Dhuni. That's the entire incident that happened on the November 25th.
And Parul, what did Lakshraj Singh Mewar and Vishwaraj Singh Mewar have to say about this current situation?
Lakshraj Singh has said that the case is still going on in the High Court and they did not ask permission from us to enter the city palace. Especially, he said that a lot of people were with swords, which is actually a part of Rajput society, and the coronation had just happened. But he said this is just in the garb of coronation and paying respect to the sacred place. They actually wanted to create some form of violence inside the palace. So that's why, as a self-defense, he shut the doors. He said that I had already told the people that only 2 to 3 people will be allowed to enter the palace gates, but they did not follow the instructions, and around 1,000 people crowd was present at that time in front of the city palace gate. Vishwaji said that he has been living in out of city palace, and he said that he is not very good in PR like Lakshiraj and Arvind Singh ji, but being the king of Mewar has his birthright, and he was just following the traditions of the society. And about not taking permission of entering the palace, Vishwaji said that the property is still part of my family. So I don't think I need a permission to enter the palace, and the case is still going on, and the lower court has already decided that we all have equal rights in the property. So I don't think I have a need to ask anyone's permission to enter the property. And he said that he made allegations that city palace people threw stones and glass bottles on his supporters, and they started the fight.
Parul, you also had the opportunity of talking to the people of Udaipur. So what did they have in their minds as far as this entire current situation regarding the Mewars is concerned?
When I went to Udaipur and I was talking to the people in city and all, they said that we always consider Mahendra Singh as our king. We never consider Arvind as a king, Arvind ji or Lakshiraj ji as a king. They respected Lakshiraj ji, but now they have a lot of sympathies towards Vishwaraj, because they are like, the poor fellow has been living outside city palace despite the fact that he is the ruler of Mewar. And after, when the doors were shut and he was not allowed to enter, there is more sympathy towards Vishwaraj. So both the things were there. It is about getting the family prestige back and also to declare himself to be the king. Although in every news magazine and all, Lakshiraj and his father is very famous.
Right, and you had mentioned that this case is still pending in the High Court. But back in 2020, there was this ruling that was given by a lower court regarding this conflict. So can you tell us about that?
In 2020, the lower court decided that all the properties of Bhagwat Singh ji will come under Hindu undivided family properties, and it will be divided equally in 4 parts, one of which will be given to Mahendra Singh Mewar. And it also said the city palace where the royal family resides, Lakshiraj along with his father and his family, that will be given to 3 of the children, and for 4 years each of the children will be allowed to live in the city palace. And that was challenged in the High Court, and now the case is going on. There were a lot of family dispute regarding that, and because Arvind Singh Mewar has been living in the city palace for like last 35-40 years, so it was also a kind of, embarrassment for him to leave the palace and live somewhere else. So they have challenged the order of the lower court in the High Court, and the case is still pending.
And Parul, if we talk about this entire idea of the royal family and Maharajas, it is still very much ingrained within the system of Udaipur. Even though the monarchy doesn't really exist anymore, as you mentioned earlier.
It is actually ingrained. I asked the people of the palace and, even the market people and the people of Mewar from everywhere. If you go to the villages and all, this family is revered a lot. And when Mahendra Singh Mewar died, even though he doesn't live in the palace, the entire market of the Udaipur was shut down for 4-5 hours in his respect. And especially after he was humiliated on November 25th, people have become more sympathetic towards Vishwaraj. So it is a cultural significance for them. They still hold a lot of respect in the Mewari society, and especially the rural areas of the Mewar. And if you go to the Mewar area, Udaipur, Chittorgarh, and Banswara, Dungarpur, people are very much culturally, they are very proud. They have this proud of their language, they're proud of their culture and their dressing sense and all. And the Mewar royal family signifies every aspect of their culture. So that way, Mewar royal family is very important for people, and their emotions are very much attached to it. Even though it has decreased now because the legal power is not there with the Maharaja anymore, but the emotions are still attached.
And in the end, we talk about Cyclone Fengal. Cyclone Fengal triggered heavy rainfall in North Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, with the Union Territory recording 48.4 centimeters of rain over 24 hours on 1st December. The The cyclonic storm disrupted normal life, restricting movement via transport services, including airports and bus stands. Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister M.K. Stalin visited Marakkanam in Tamil Nadu's Villupuram to inspect the impact of the Cyclone Fengal, news agency ANI reported. According to the officials, rescue operations are underway in several affected areas and hundreds of residents have been evacuated from the flood-hit regions. Health Minister Ma Subramanian announced that 500 medical camps will be set up in Chennai, Tiruvallur, Chingalpet, Kanchipuram, Kalkurichi, Villupuram and Kudalur. 3 people were electrocuted in rain-related incidents in Chennai. You were listening to 3 Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar and produced by me, Niharika Nanda. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone you think will like it. Share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can also tweet us at Express Audio and write to us at podcasts@indianexpress.com.